Hey guys, in this video, I will share with you how you can score multiple listings right now with this untapped lead source for rent by owners. There is such little competition when it comes to dialing for rent by owners. It blows my mind how little competition there is. So I will share with you my simple yet highly effective script so you can tap into this gold mine of a lead source for rent by owners. Towards the end, I'll also share with you where I get my for rent by owner leads, and this is what I dial every single day to score multiple listings every single month. Okay, so what is a for rent by owner? Basically, what a for rent by owner is, very similar to a for sale by owner, is a owner of a property who just lists their home for rent instead of for sale on Zillow. The value of contacting for rent by owners, why they're my favorite lead source to call as opposed to for sale by owners and expireds, is the potential gold mine of listings that you get from just getting one for rent by owner lead. Last week I was calling for rent by owners. I talked to a guy. He didn't want to sell his current property that he had for rent, but he had about 27 other properties that he would consider selling out of his portfolio. Now, I want to be that point of contact when he does eventually sell those 27 properties. So that's the value of a front burner. It's not just one listing, it's a potential 2, 3, 6, 27 other properties that these owners are selling. Typically, these owners are investors, so they buy and sell properties for a living. That's why a for rent burner is such a valuable lead source, because you're building a relationship with somebody who their business, their job is to buy and sell homes. So that's really why everybody should be calling for rent by owners. The other thing is the script is so simple to use. It's 2 lines in the script, and it's either a yes or it's a no. So it's very simple, highly effective. Let's break down the script. So the first line of the script starts off super simple, just like all my other scripts. It is, "Hi, I was calling about your property for rent on Main Street." This is just trying to make sure you have the right person on the phone and tell them right away what it is you are calling about. The next line is, "My name's David. I am a local realtor. Just seeing if you'd be at all open to selling that property in the future if the numbers make sense for you." It's a tough question to say no to. If you think about it in the mind of the prospect that you're calling typically investors because they have a house for rent, and this property is vacant. That's why they are looking for a renter. So it's not producing them any income. Now you're coming at them saying, would you be at all open to selling it if it makes sense? So you're asking if they would be open to selling a property that isn't producing any income for them. It's a tough thing to say no to, especially when you frame it in that way of, are you open to doing it? This is a line I love using. No one likes to think of themselves as closed-minded. So are you open or open-minded to selling that property in the future? Not tomorrow, not next week, just in the future, in general. In the future, are you open to selling that property? Only if the numbers make sense for you. So you're framing it in a way of, we are not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. This is a very not salesy way to ask the question of, are you interested in selling your property? It's very low pressure for them, and it gives them a lot of control over what they're going to be doing with their own home, which is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to pressure anybody into doing anything. You just want to see if there's value to be had, where you can place that value. That's pretty much the script. So that question is going to bring them one or two ways. They're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. If they say yes, then you would say, perfect. Do you have a number in mind that you let it go for? So now you are trying to gauge, what do they think the home is worth? And during this conversation, I've already been pulling up comps from the MLS. So I'll do just like a half-mile radius around their neighborhood, and I will see what homes they're selling for. So very quickly, I can just give them a range of what the property could sell for. And then when I ask that question, I'm seeing if they're in that range. Now, if they ask me, what do you think it could sell for? I'll say, and this is based on the comps I just looked up, well, your home can sell for anywhere between $200 and $250, really depending on the interior. If you'd like, I can stop by and see, what your exact number is, what we can exactly sell for, just so you have all the information. It's a tough thing to say no to, and it's super low pressure. Now, if they say no to the second question of, are you open to selling? Then you just move into, okay, do you have any other properties that you would be at all open to selling in the next 6 months to a year with the market being so good right now? So now you're gauging, do they have anything else? Again, typically these are investors, so they usually have 2 to 27 other properties that they just might consider cashing out on. So you always want to see if there's more value to be had. And if they say no again, you move right on to the next contact. It's a numbers game. You want to find who needs your value. That's it. So that's pretty much the entire script. After these questions, it's just general conversations, trying to figure out how updated the home is and setting the appointment. Would it make sense for me to come over and give you an exact number just so you have all the information on the table? That's how simple the script is, and it is highly, highly effective. Just to prove to you how effective this script is, month number 3 for me in the business, brand new agent, it's the 3rd month I've ever been a realtor. I was calling for rent by owners, talked to a guy. He had a property for rent, wasn't making any income, it wasn't getting rented out, so he wanted to see what his options were to selling after I called him. He never thought about selling until I called him, gave him all the options and showed him exactly what selling would look like. Sold the property within 30 days at asking, nothing crazy. I didn't get him like 30 grand over, no inspections, it's pretty normal sale. And he said, Dave, that was great. I have 6 other properties if you'd be open to listing them. Yeah, I obviously would be totally open to listing them. So listed 6 others, and in month 3, I had 7 listings from 1 contact. That's the power in calling for rent by owners. For sale by owners and expireds are great. We're typically only getting 1 to 2 sales from that. And then obviously the referrals, in the future, which everybody should be doing. But for rent by owners is where you can get a lot of listings right now. I mean, just this month, if you call 30 for rent by owners, I'm sure you'll have a fantastic investor contact that'll give you countless business and help you get the referrals that you need to have a successful realtor business. So if you want to know where I get my for rent by owner leads, I get all of my leads and data from Vulcan 7. I use it every day. I call it 2 hours a day, every single day. And Vulcan 7 is what I use to get for rent by owner leads. I've tried other places because I want to get a lot of these leads. And what I find, if you go with a cheaper company or a company that's not as well known, you'll end up talking to the property manager, not the homeowner or the property owner. Which obviously you want to talk to the owner, not the property manager. So that's why I use Vulcan 7. Almost always you're talking to the homeowner, and it's just the highest quality data, most easy to use. I have a link in the description below. It's a link, it'll take you directly to the Vulcan 7 website, and you can talk to the same person I talked to help me get set up with Vulcan 7. On top of that, you get all the other data and stuff. But that's where I get all my leads. I call for rent by owners is like the main thing I call. Right now I'm calling a lot of for sale by owners. But as you guys know, expireds, really tough market to call because of how competitive it is with realtors. You talk to them 2 hours later and they've already spoken to 17 other realtors. For rent by owners, don't have that issue. Highly recommend adding this into your arsenal as a realtor, and I promise you it'll change the game for you during prospecting and just getting business in general. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I always appreciate a subscribe. It really means the world to me, and it motivates me to make more content for you like this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I answer all my comments, so any questions at all about the data or for rent by owners or anything I missed out, leave them in the comments below. Again, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.